For some perspective on this morning's political news, we are joined by Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief of The Hill. Bob, good morning.
Good morning.
So Mitch McConnell has been saying this thing is turning into like a Rubik's Cube. Yeah. Trying to figure out how to sort of twist things around to get to 50. How's he doing?
I don't think he's doing too well. I don't think they're going to get there. He can only lose 2 Republicans. And right now, there are about 10 Republicans who don't want to vote for this. It's unpopular. It's similar to the House bill. They're going back to the drawing board. They've got to pass it in July. I just don't know how they get there from here.
McConnell has also said this idea that if we can't get there, instead of this idea of just getting rid of Obamacare, we need to work with Democrats and try to fix what's going on, at least in the short term. What seems realistic here?
I don't think that's realistic. I think that's more of a threat to get his party to unite. Mitch McConnell has said throughout, when we interviewed him early this year, if the Republicans unite, we'll win. They're not winning now, so I think that's a threat. You don't work with me, I'm going to work with the other side.
So does he get on board then with the idea of just repealing if they can't figure out repeal and replace?
No, he does not like the Trump tweets on that. That's not workable. That was a debate earlier this year. It was dismissed. No, we got to do it at the same time. So they're not going to do that.
He's been seeing the poll numbers. This shouldn't be any surprise to him. Why does Mitch McConnell keep pushing so hard on a bill that it's not rocket science to figure out that it's just not popular?
It's not popular. They've had 7+ years to have a replacement plan. They never had one. They never unified. And now they've got to do it in a matter of days. The Congress comes back next week. So I don't see them getting there. I thought they were kind of close before, but now with the polls coming out, Republicans are like, I can't vote for this.
If there's uncertainty there, there's also uncertainty on Russia still, despite the meeting with the G20 between Putin and President Trump. What do we know about where things stand after hearing 2 very different stories sort of coming out of that meeting?
Well, I think in some ways the meeting was predictable, that Trump had to raise the interference issue. Otherwise, he would have looked weak. The meeting went very long. It was supposed to just be half an hour. It was over 2 hours. Right. And not surprisingly, there's this he said situation. So, the relationship between Putin and Trump is fascinating. Whatever Trump thinks, whether he likes Putin or not, he certainly respects Putin. Will that lead to better relations? I'm not so sure. But I don't think there was that much groundbreaking at this meeting yesterday.
So it's a little bit of I've seen this movie before, in the sense that Rex Tillerson comes out, says there was positive chemistry between President Trump and President Putin. If you watch George W. Bush, if you watch Barack Obama, the initial relationship with Putin was warmer than what there was at the end of their relationship. Yeah. President Trump going to be any different in terms of where things end up with Vladimir Putin?
Probably not. I mean, you think about the ongoing investigations into Russian interference, then you think about Syria and Ukraine. I don't think that this is going to stop. And remember that Russia has gone after other countries on elections. So will this impact, will they try to meddle in the 2018, the 2020 elections? The chances are yes.
We've seen sort of this shift at the G20. It used to be the U.S. leading the way, and now it's the U.S. over here and everyone else over there. Yeah. And that is consistent with how Trump ran. Remember, he said America first, and a lot of Republican and Democratic candidates talk tough on trade. But this is a different presidency. He's going to have different trade policies, and he is always putting, as he says, America first. I think that helps him with his base, does not help him on the foreign stage. All right, Bob Cusack, thanks. We appreciate the insight.
Thanks.